Hey y'all, it's Day. Really? So, I'm going to be doing a reading for us today. I'm just sitting at this nice little spot where I'm enjoying the view, and I would like to see if I can do a little reading. I'm not sure how long this is going to be or anything like that, but let's see if there's anything. I just wanted to do a reading with this little spot. So let's get started. Angels, guides, ancestors, gods, my source, and benevolent energies that stand in truth and love. Thank you for the love. Thank you for the guidance. Thank you for the protection. Please continue to guide and protect us as we walk our path. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. So the first card that's coming out is the Seven of Swords coming out upright. But I'm hearing in reverse. So very interesting. There's this energy of for whoever this message is for, there may have been a time where in the past where you got in your own way. But spiritual team is bringing to our awareness, acknowledging that it's coming more into our awareness of how we have done that in the past. So it looks like there will be an opportunity for us to experience a lived experience where we recognize where we are about to get in our own way, and then I'm hearing regress, and then take a step back and self-correct. So yeah, we'll be getting an opportunity to recognize a pattern that we have or have had in the past where we are beginning to get in our own way, and we take a moment to step back and really analyze what's going on. And I'm hearing the word purity. What I was about to say is something about our ego. Something about our ego and what we want to see for ourselves or things we've attached ourselves to. And in one of the two readings previous to this one, that message did come up. So I do see that tying to this one, where spiritual team was saying that I forgot. It was something about us still identifying with old mottos, old lifestyles, old ways, philosophies, thought forms. Like, I am a wife, I am a husband, I am a protector, I'm hearing. I am an educator. Like, there's something, and there's a wide range of what that could look like that is no longer beneficial to us, that we're in this new timeline. If you've been following my channel and listening to my videos, whoever this message is for, you have just recently entered a new timeline, and there are so many things that are available to us, experiences, things to see, things to do, all the senses, new ideas, thought forms. But there is a model that our spiritual team was bringing to our attention in that previous reading that we may have we're still carrying with us. Just like in another previous reading, there was talking about whoever this message is for, you have cut people off before, you have disengaged, I'm hearing, with certain people or programs or whatever before. And then there was an event that was going to happen where a spiritual team is saying, like, it was important for you to stand your ground and protect what you have built for each other. And there was a reference to, like, somebody wanted to bring their people with them, like, It was a restaurant scenario. They were like a chef, or they had their own restaurant or something, and they want their people to work with them, but some of the people that they brought with them are actually detrimental to their business. So spiritual team was saying like they're going to be presented an opportunity to kind of stand their ground, call judgment, and say like, I really did want, my family member to work with me, but they're really just not cut out for this type of job. I'm going to have to let them go, or I'm going to have to find something else. I don't know. But yeah. So that was one opportunity that some people are going to be getting. And I feel like this one is like another group of people that will be presented opportunity to recognize when they're getting in their own way, when they have a certain mind frame or a thought process. I'm seeing 555 on the clock, so that's signifying change, transition, movement, but movement that is, I'm hearing self-defined. So someone's going to have to really be authentic. 5 can represent expression as well. Self-expression, creativity, but specialty. There's a specialty as well. Someone has a specialty about them. I'm also getting like somebody running. That came up in a previous reading to this one too, but it was readings ago, of like someone walks funny. And I'm getting this again too. Maybe someone, a divine feminine, is or has been like identified themselves as a tomboy, but now they're wanting to step more into their femininity. So they're going to be exploring different type of shoes, different type of heels. And there's something about the way that this person walks, because it's beyond, it feels transcendental. Transcending, like someone could say and someone will say in the future, once this person is established, like, you walk funny, like, why you walk like that? And it could trigger an insecurity that they once had, and it can, for a moment in their mind, make them travel back to this idea of, I'm not really who I say I am. Maybe I'm not really who I think I am. And the significance in it was like, say this person went on this journey where they've been in the military for X amount of years. They're a woman. They are naturally beautiful, but they haven't really had the opportunity or the training to step into this feminine woman aesthetic that they kind of realized, and they identified their desire, and they're going for their desires, which is very important too. And someone could and will in the future, say they started it and they're like 4 months into this feminine journey, embodying who they're always meant to be. And so they've gotten comfortable with it. They've gone through the stairs. They've gone through all these things. And it's kind of like 4 months, 6 months down the line, they go to this party or something, and someone, like, they see who you are. They see who you are. They feel who you are. But they just like, they need to take a jab. They need to like, sometimes when people see that you're a star, they're just like, they want to poke and prod at it, and they want to do this. They want to see if it's real. There was another way that I said it, but I can't remember. But people want to see if it's really real. And sometimes, like, basically they're lab testing you. And the way that they go about lab testing you, I feel like I'm going on a tangent, but I'm still literally divining. Like, I'm still literally channeling. So spiritual team is going on a tangent. For real. They the way that they're going about lab testing you is not, it's like, okay, you did this and you got the result that you were wanting, but that still doesn't even correlate. That still doesn't equal that, because you did this test and you found this in your testing. That means that. It's like, The math is off. That's another thing that it came up in previous readings. Like someone miscalculated, underestimated whoever can do whatever, and spiritual team was like, calculations way off. Back to the training room. What? Because what? How did you get that? So yeah. So we're going to be challenge tested to kind of like, can you stand your ground? Like I am who I say I am. I am who I say I am. And I love that. That's so tea, because I've needed this message as well, you guys. I am who I say I am. Start saying that to yourself. If you really that. Which if you found this reading, you should be. Okay. We have on the left, we have the 7 of Wands in reverse. We have the 5 of Coins in reverse. We have the 7 of Baskets in reverse, you guys. Hold up. Okay, let's look at this, you guys. So the first card that came out was the 7 of Knives, and I heard the words in reverse, although it came in upright. I think maybe spiritual team knew or thought that would be like a little bit confused, so they helped me out with that. And I have we have the 7 of Wands, which is being defensive. We're no longer being defensive. We're no longer falling for tactics that people have, like they want to make a dig at you or something. They want to, like I was getting, like someone wants to pry, someone wants to make you cry, someone wants to get you upset, agitated, flustered, like that. That's their currency exchange, what they're trying to extract from you. That makes them feel powerful, makes them feel good. So because we're in this energy, because I'm hearing we're sovereign, we're not falling for that. We see it from a mile away. We're just like, oh, okay. So we're not being defensive. We're not being pinned down. We have the 5 of Coins in reverse. We're not in lack anymore, because we're not surrounded by people that are in lack anymore. Yeah, a part of the message I was trying to say earlier is that someone wanted to bring people with them, but they realized that they're not able to keep those people with them because they're a detriment to their business. And there was another wave of it in that reading that I did previously, because the person who was experiencing this was like, dang, I thought I got rid of all the rats, or all the people that weren't really for me. And I had to do another cleanse. I had to let some more people go. Like, some people surprised them in that cooking, kitchen, owning a restaurant, owning a kitchen scenario that was coming up in the previous reading. It was like, dang. So because spiritual team encouraged us to clean house again, we're no longer surrounded by 5 of Pentacles scenarios, experiences, people, constraints, whatever. Love that for us. And that is like, it's kind of like, yeah, even in situations where someone isn't necessarily bad to you, it's just kind of like sometimes they're just not on your level, and it kind of brings you down. And you have to be able to recognize that too. Sometimes it really doesn't have to be beef. There's also this thing where we're being too humble. We want to include everybody. We want to see the good in everybody. We want to include everybody. We want everybody to win. We see the good, the potential in everybody. But it's kind of like we really have to get out of that. Don't be so quick to help. Don't be so quick to encourage. Don't be so quick to compliment even. Don't be so quick to put yourself down. Don't be so quick to explain. Another big one is like someone compliments you and you're like, oh, thanks, I got it from Walmart. Oh, thanks, I got it from here. This message is for people that need to be a little bit more on the gatekeeping side. Like there's already gatekeepers that be like gatekeeping about stuff that's like extra petty, but this is not those people. This is message is for people that are like divine. They are a walking embodiment of divinity, and they see what people need. They see what the collective needs. They see the gaps. They see the holes. Okay, just because we see the holes, the gaps, the cracks, just because we're aware doesn't mean that we're obligated. Just because we're aware doesn't mean we're responsible. And don't be humbling yourself. Anyways, then we have the 7 of Cups coming out in reverse. We're no longer confused about who we are. We're no longer confused about who we are. All of these cards came out in reverse. We're no longer confused about who we are. There's something about, I don't know, there's like pillars or something to help you stay on track. So seeing the good in other people is like another thing to be mindful of, like knowing who you are, knowing your status, knowing your worthiness, knowing your caliber, knowing your worth. Ooh, I'm trying to say work ethic, but I keep on saying worth. Knowing your worth, knowing your worth, knowing your worth, knowing your worth. So if you know your worth, even when you see someone that you see potential in, you can find the balance. Even when you see, someone needs your help, but I don't go certain places, then there's like a checks and balance type of thing for these divine people. Then we have, this is along the string of these cards that I've just shown. 10 of Coins in reverse, 5 of Swords in reverse, and the Lover's card coming out in reverse. Wow. Okay, so the other thing about this, because we know this, because we have this knowledge, because we're acknowledging ourselves, because we're coming into this awareness that there may be some mottos that we're still holding on to, that we identify with, and how that is no longer going to be. It's kind of like when you go to a new place and you're like, oh, we don't accept that type of ID here. In this place, we accept this type of ID. So like, don't get, the walls are closing in. It's time for us to move on. We talked about that before. Sometimes we stay in timelines. Like, we know we need to leave this job. We know that the other things, there's always other things that are going on that would have also indicated to the fact that you should have done something at the time that you should have done it. And we can see it in hindsight, like, dang, I should have been off this. But then it boils down to, did you do what you were supposed to be doing at the time that you were supposed to be doing it? For me personally, that's what always saves me, helps me, allows me to see where I needed to do better. Self-correct did come through. It saves me though most of the time, because I feel like I'm the type of person that, like, I try to make sure that I'm doing what I'm supposed to do at the time I'm supposed to doing. Not perfect, but for the most part, I do. Because like, after I leave that job, leave that space, get out of that situation, move up, transition, I notice like the doors on that old situation close, and I'll be like, dang, I'm glad I'm not still there. That's how I be, like, all the time. Love that for me. Okay, so I said all of that to say we got the 10 of Coins in reverse, the 5 of Swords in reverse. Okay. So with the Five of Swords, there are going to be times where we need to not speak. We need to know when to speak and when not to speak. We need to know what information to share and what information not to share regarding ourselves or our situation, our aspirations, whatever it is. There's a time that we need to not speak, and this includes times that are involving conflict or confrontation, other people being petty towards us and we know that they're wrong even. Every situation is very much situational, which makes it even more like, kind of like we need to continue to be vigilant, not hyper vigilant, but we need to continue to stand in the light, walk in the light. I'm hearing be of service. Make sure that you're being of service as it relates to your purpose, your divine task at this time, because it can change. It does change. But like being in spiritual team is saying that we need to be in service. So make sure that what we're doing is not like ego driven, like I'm giving to charity because it's going to make me look good or something, but like I'm giving to charity because I see this need. It's innate to me. I can see, I can feel that something about this work also fuels me, which keeps me being self-sourced, and it gives me some form of a fulfillment, joy. But yeah, okay, so with the Five of Swords in reverse, I'm hearing hush. So there may be some times where you kind of feel like, ooh, I want to like let these people know my accolades, and it's spiritual things, like it might not be the best suited time. And like I said, there will be other indications if you're patient enough or if you're observant enough, that will also indicate like, no, this is not your people. I'm hearing this is not the right time to express that or say that. I also get that when I'm doing the reading. Sometimes I want to say stuff or talk about stuff, and the energy is kind of like, I see 22 on the clock. The energy is kind of like, it's like it's like dampening. It's like, So you might feel like that. One thing that I've noticed for me is like, sometimes I'll try to say something and literally, just like in the cartoons, like a big car with a hunk will come on like, right when I was about to say something. And the person didn't hear me about to say anything. And I was just like, okay, spiritual team, bed. So like, just trying not to push through that, because we do have free will and we can push through things. We ultimately get the decision. We ultimately have the decision to make the choice, but there will be signs. There will be signs. Yeah, literally. I'll be like about to say something and a dog will bark or something. And I'll be like, heard. Okay. 10 of coins in reverse. I'm hearing suitors. So I've heard, and I have adopted this, concept from the YouTube channel, The Cherished Woman. I forgot her name. I don't think she shares her name. But in one of her lives, she was talking about basically, if you just gotten out of a relationship recently, or you've been out of a relationship for a while and you're wanting to get into a relationship, the divine masculines and the divine feminines are about to reunite. And essentially, this is the best way I can say it, just so you guys know what I'm talking about, but it's giving a different energy. So we will be quote unquote tested So the divine masculine and divine feminines will be coming together. But there may be others, because I'm hearing the word suitors, that are also going to come in and also have kind of that look. I'm hearing je ne sais quoi. They have that about them that will also kind of like, there's qualities that they have that make you feel like they are a divine masculine and they're divine feminine. And there are other qualities that would help you identify that they're actually not. But it's just like, I feel like it's going to be a matter of how genuine we are, how authentic we are, how, I don't want to say discipline, but it does feel like it's maybe a subdivision of discipline. But if you're patient enough, if you're divine enough, you have enough divinity in you, there's kind of like something where someone could get caught up. And I'm not entirely sure what that would be, what that scenario would be, but it'll be kind of like, you would probably be like, I knew I shouldn't have did that. I knew I didn't have no business engaging in that. I just thought. But it's going to be something like, you shouldn't be doing that. So I don't know what that is. It could look like a plethora of different things, but I definitely feel like it's going to be individualized. So there's somebody that may be coming towards you, or you might come into contact with, where you'll be like, is that my divine masculine? Is that my divine feminine? And then there'll be like an indicator if you're, I guess, patient enough or something. I don't know. It's like, nah, it's not. Oh, okay. And then earlier we were talking about being anchored and how that has been a theme. Being anchored, you know what you know who you are, you know your value. We talked about that earlier. You know where you belong, where you don't. You know what your purpose is. You know what your divine task is. Anything that's crossing over those things, crisscrossing over those things, is in direct violation of that. We talked about in another previous reading, if you are a man or a woman and you've established a morning routine, an evening routine, a nighttime routine, a daily routine, stick to that routine even when you meet your divine masculine, your divine feminine. Don't throw everything away and just allow that person to become your identity now. That's how, it's normal to get sad and be emotional about breakups, but that's how it's really hard for people to get back, or kind of slows down the process of recovering from breakups, because they don't have an identity outside of that relationship. So spiritual team saying the divine masculine and the divine feminine are about to meet, and but spiritual team want to know that we are able to stand our ground. When someone comes up to you and says, who do you think you are? You should be happy with this. This should be satisfied. All the men love this. All of them. What is wrong with you? All of the women accept this. Any woman would be glad to accept this. Other people are going to be very bold. So we need to also be bold. And that don't mean that we got to be low vibrational either about it. You don't have to be low vibrational to advocate for yourself, to create boundaries for yourself. But sometimes it can come out that way. I think, I'll just speak for myself, if you're not used to doing it enough, or you're not doing it often enough. Like, get used to setting boundaries out of advocating for yourself. No, that will not work for me. No, that's not going to work for me. No, I'm not available for that. No, I can't do that. No, I won't be doing that. No, I won't be going there. And I'm hearing humbling. When people say that you're too good for something, believe them. Okay, so that's the 10 of coins. So someone may be coming with the bedazzle, like, you know how easy it is, like, for people to look the part. Be careful of people be looking the part. Be careful when people be looking the part with this 10 of coins in reverse. Yeah, then we have the Lover's card, the courting in reverse. I love that. We need to bring courting back, you guys, and I believe that we can. But it has to start with the people that know their value. And this is beyond romantic. This is business too. Like there's this really high-rise company that wants someone to work for them, and this person is going to have them court them properly. This business may be used to like dangling these little perks, benefits that they have, but this person wants more. This person wants something else. There's like a nuance, a customization to the package that they are interested in. So this company is gonna have to get with the program because they know that they know their worth and they are walking on their divine path, and they're not afraid to say, I'm too good for that. I'm not available for that. I deserve more than that. That's not enough for me. They're not afraid to say that. And a big a part of this, whatever this message is trying to convey, is like not being afraid to say no. No, thank you. Love that for us. Is there anything else that we need to know regarding this message? Okay, so we may be feeling like there's a part of us that is recognizing. It's kind of like when you learn things and then you have a higher view, a different POV in that situation. So you see yourself experiencing the feeling. So there might be a moment, like I said, this person has been, it's like when they started, sometimes I notice for myself, when I'm going on a new journey or something, spiritual team will make things really easy for me. I will get people that are providing really good customer service, that are helpful, that have time to explain things to me, sit next to friendly people. Like spiritual team will do that for me because they know I'm already stressed out about just being in this new environment. So for that example of the military woman who is stepping more into her femininity, learning how to wear heels and walk in dresses and things, when she started off, like spiritual team, whatever is orchestrated, where like the people around her are supportive, like, or they just don't even notice that she's never walked in heels before or something like that. So she's been going 3, 4, 6 months doing this, doing her mirror dances in her room. She locked the door. She is dancing without judgment as long as she can. She's embracing her full femininity. She has already got her masculinity down, and now she is stepping into full divinity because she can hold both divine masculine and feminine. And now 6 months down the road, this person just like says this one thing, like, you walk funny, or you must have just started walking in your heels. And it's like they don't really know, they're just shooting in the dark. But there may be a time where you're like, oh, maybe I'm not really what I think I am. So with the Two of Swords coming out, it's like we'll see ourselves thinking that, but then we'll be like, I am that girl. I am that dude. So I love that it's coming out in reverse. So it's kind of like we see where we would have got tripped up in the past. Then we have the 8 of coins. Keep working, keep moving, keep pushing forward, keep beating on your craft, like there was heavy on the work ethic, there was heavy on the knowing your worth. 8 of Pentacles, upright, quit playing. You're solid. You look so good. You have the Knight of Swords coming out on the left of this Seven of Swords. Yes, you are skilled. There's still more for you to learn, but you are very skilled. It's definitely, spiritual team is looking at us like they're the scout, like they're scouting us or something. We just have so much unbridled power, I'm hearing. We have so much unbridled power and we have so much skill. So like we already have so much skill. Spiritual team sees our potential, but they want to make sure that we're guarding our kingdom. We're guarding what we've built for ourselves, that we're strong enough to say no. We're strong enough to self-correct. We're strong enough to correct others, to let others know, to own it. We're strong enough to own it. Yes, I am too good for that. I just made a candle about this, you guys. Check out the link that's on my main channel. My homepage for the YouTube channel, and visit Day Royale's Intention Setting Store, which is hosted by Etsy. I just made a candle. What did I name it? It was a purple candle. It's so beautiful. You can follow me on the gram as well to see it. But it was purple, deep dark purple. I got it on the Lionsgate, and I know that the Lionsgate is not based in like factual or any alignments that they can point to. A lot of astrologers have come out and said that, but I also like to tap in to collective consciousness pools that have momentum, and it's becoming more and more popular or more and more recognized by certain people. And even if it's not a lot, like it's enough for me. That's why I was telling you guys also I love Christmas too, because the air, the energy is lighter, even regardless of the fact that prices keep rising and more people are, it's definitely affected for sure, but it's still there. That's how powerful intention is, how powerful groupthink can be, for better or for worse. But collective consciousness, like when we all decide that the Lionsgate 888 portal is a thing, tap in. So yeah, I got that purple candle and it was filled with affirmations like I am too good. I am better. I do deserve more. I forgot all the quotes on there, but you can go to my Instagram and see it. So I would like to close, but I feel like I might shuffle again. But we had the Knight of Knives coming up. Spiritual team is saying like you have a lot of unbridled power, but you're also very skilled. So like, they're also, we're already in this new timeline with new experiences, new opportunities that we have, that we're experiencing it, and we will continue to experience it, but we just like started. And then within this new timeline, our spiritual team is wanting to upgrade us from the Knight of Swords to the Queen of Swords, I guess, or just upgrade us in general. I don't know what the level is, but like, what? This is about to be so lit for us. We have the King of Cups coming out in reverse on top of the Eight of Coins. I heard something about a bag. I'm not sure if they said get to the bag. But it definitely does feel like that energy, like get to the bag. But I'm like, in what context? Get to the bag. Okay. So going back to self-worth, it's kind of like, not being afraid to negotiate, not being afraid to say, that's not going to work for me. It's like our spiritual team is saying, whoever this message is for, your worth ethic, like they were saying earlier in the reading, know your work, know your work ethic. And it's like, if you know your work ethic, then What are we debating about the prices that you want to charge so that you feel comfortable and are living a comfortable life? What is there to debate? That's that Two of Swords that came out in reverse as well. What is there? You said you spent this amount of time on it. You say you did this amount of training. You say you're unique. The way that you do it, the way that you do it, the way that you do it. So. And it's kind of like that energy of like nobody's debating you but you. That's kind of the vibe also. So spiritual team's like, get used to it now so that when these opportunities come up to correct others, correct yourself, identify when you're getting in your own way. And it's like you have to be divine to do this. Something about it is like you have to be divine to do this. So this is for divine masculines, divine feminines. Because somebody's going to get caught up in their ego. Somebody's going to get caught up in the flash with the 10 of coins in reverse. Only the divine will survive. I'll be getting so scared when I read. I'll be like, I don't want to miss anything. Love that for us. So we have the Four of Wands coming out upright. Love to see it. Love to see it. It's like we're in this new timeline, and spiritual teammates want us to traverse a little bit, get familiar a little bit. They been telling us to relax. Why is everything going to be provided to us? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, why? Like, everything is going to be provided to us. Everything is going to be provided to us. And I'm hearing worth the wait. Worth the wait. Worth has been coming up a lot. 7 of coins coming out here. So we've planted a lot of seeds. And we are harvesting what we have planted. It's harvesting season for everybody. For everybody. Okay, then we have the 8 of Wands coming out in reverse, and the 5 of Baskets coming out upright. Hold on, because some other cards came out too. Okay, this the Justice card came out in reverse above that, and the Hangman reverse. Wow. Going back to this romantic love interest situation, past karmic relationships. Speaking of everybody's going to be getting what they sowed. Yeah, the Justice card coming out on top of the Lover's card. So, yeah, everybody is getting what they deserve. Everybody is getting what they... Then we have the Hangman in reverse. Some of us, because we are leaving or have left these old timelines, because we've weeded out these people that no longer need to be around us, it's kind of like being on a hot air balloon. When you have people on your hot air balloon that don't need to be there, they weigh it down. So we're going to higher altitudes, period. Hangman in reverse, we're no longer stopped. And because we've had these past experiences, we're going to try to be extra careful about not getting into, I'm hearing abandonment, not getting into these old cycles. So someone may have experienced abandonment issues in the past. So something that 44 on the clock, something may come up, trigger that in you. So you'll be seeing it. That's going to be another indicator. You'll be seeing yourself react to this. And that's going to give you the inclination to say, go here, go this way. Love that for us. That's pretty much it, you guys. Bye.